So we managed to win 3-2 at Ashby, Ivanhoe. The winner coming in the 7th minute of injury time, and from a player, Will Langford, who most fans probably wouldn't know who he is, because he's a bit in and out of our squad. But the luck that deserted us last week, certainly this week, was much more apparent.
Yeah, I don't know if I look it, but I feel a bit drained. I said to the boys, I said, you do put us through the ringer, really, really proud of the group. And I think I said to them, we're doing the right things. I said, on and off the pitch, I said, we keep doing that, the luck will change, things will change. You make your own luck. You keep working hard, things will turn in your favour, and they did today. They're a good side. They're very good going forward. They've got the lad Sam Grouch. He's a top player. He's got good movement, etc. And the lad Akot, I think his name is, the 9, got a great left foot. In terms of the game, I think we started really well. Got the goal. That's why we brought Rob in, because we need a goal scorer, and he'll get in between. I tell him just to play between the 6-yard box, really, and that's how the first goal came. Brilliant work from Amir and Fozzie as well. Then we had numerous chances, I think, where we were in the ascendancy, and then I think we gave that ascendancy back needlessly, and that's something we still need to work on, and we will continue to work on. I think sometimes we're our own worst enemy in terms of giving things away, but we'll keep tidying that up. Then second half, I think they started well, and quite a few final third entries. Then obviously we got the free kick. It's a great strike. I don't think Lakes could probably see that well, and I think whether it's gone through the wall, I'll have a look back at it, but it's a great strike, and he's a good player. But one thing I was really pleased with, and I think it shows how far this team's evolving and developing, is that we kept going. We made a few changes in terms of the 4 subs that came on. They all impacted the game positively. I thought, to a man, worked really hard. The lads have come off. They're absolutely shattered, and that's how it should be, and that's how it should be every week, and that's how it is. I think then getting the second goal was a brilliant bit of play, and it's a great ball from Will, finding in between the lines. It's great slide ball through to Rob, and he's finished it well. I think then following that, I think they started to blow up a little bit. They went a bit quiet, and we took the momentum, and I think that's the thing in football. You have to when you've got that momentum, you need to capitalise on it, and then we did, and it was a good breakaway on the counter, and good reverse pass from Will into Tom, who's a great striker. I thought he did really well, and he's had a good strike. It's come off the line, and that's where the luck changes in terms of your hard work. Maybe last week that wouldn't have fallen to us, but it did, and Will showed great composure. And he's a player that he'll continue to get better and better. He's a clever player. He's not the biggest, but he don't need to be the biggest because he's clever. He gets in pockets, but he's also tenacious when he needs to be. And he showed that quality. I thought Parlius came into the side today. I thought he was did very, very well. He's going to be a top player. Nico filling in at left back today did a really good job, and obviously had to change it. Ollie Williams comes on, great reaction, did really well for the second goal as well, finding Will in between the lines, and Steph and Tom, who came on as well, great reactions and worked hard and affected the game. And that's what we want. Players that are playing, starting, or they're coming on, they need to impact the game. And as I said, and I've said this for quite a while, there's always going to be bumps in the road. Last week was a bump, but I think what people got to remember is that it wasn't a game where we've lost 1-0 and we're not in it. We should win that game based upon chances. But sometimes, that doesn't happen. And you get those games, that don't matter whether you're 4th from bottom or 4th from top. There's going to be games where you do everything but score, and then the opposition score, a worldie. And and I said to the players, we had a bit of a meeting in the week, and I said, you've got to remember, in the last 7 games, prior to today, we'd conceded 7 goals. 3 clean sheets, etc. Prior to that, in the first 13, we'd conceded 42 in the league. So I think people might get frustrated at times with results, and it's an outcome business. I totally understand that, but people also need to see how we're trying to evolve the side as well. We've got a good blend. We've got people to come back as well, who will add value. And this is the kind of the 17, 18, 19 players that I want, and that's what I want at the football club. We might look to bring maybe 1 or 2 more in potentially, but they've got to be right for us. They've got to be right for the football club and what we want to do. And we're trying to do the right things off the pitch as well, in terms of making sure that what the lads are eating after games are right, making sure they're cooling down, making sure that that they're doing things away from the football club to give them the best opportunity to get in 3 points on a Saturday. And they're the type of things we want to do. We want to create a culture that means that players are knocking on our door saying, I want to be a Wiz Beach Town player, and I know in this changing room and the lads who aren't here, they want to be Wiz Beach Town players, I believe. And we've got to keep doing that. And in terms of the pitch, I knew it was going to click eventually in the top end. We've got good ability there. That's there for everyone to see. We've got 4, 5, 6 match winners, who are all match winners in their own right as well. And I said to the boys, you just got to keep believing in what you're doing. But when things aren't going right, that's where you have to work harder and practice. And really, really positive response from last week's disappointment as well.
Well, we've got interesting game next Saturday, home to AFC Mansfield, who drew 0-0 with Kimberley today. So that was an interesting result there. I think Deeping beat Hucknall, so that area around us, we've moved slightly clear of there, but it's still very tight.
Yeah, look, as I said before, this league's very competitive. I know, obviously, when Peds used to do the interviews and stuff, and obviously we still talk regularly, it's compared to the Step 5 leagues around the region, it's a really competitive league where if you're not at it, you're not probably going to get 3 points. Ultimately, like, I know Deeping relatively well. As you're aware, I know Brett really well. Like, he's a good manager, and he'll get things right there. I know they'll keep moving up the league, and they've had a good result today. Kimberley as well. That when we played them, we beat them 1-0. I think it probably could have been more comfortable, but you can also see where they're going to pose threats, along with all the other sides, Shirebrook, Graceley, Sleaford, etc. But I see that pack as probably a pack of 7 or 8, and we just got to make sure we're not in the bottom 2 of that 7 or 8, and I truly believe we won't. But we've got to keep putting our best foot forward, and there's just got to continue to be the momentum and the positivity around the football club. Looking ahead to next week, I think AFC Mansfield last time, I think we're different. We're a different team in terms of personnel wise, mentality, culture, all those things. Equally, they're a good side. You beat a side 5-0, you've got to have something about you. And that, I know their manager in terms of the result today. I'm just thinking about what I would be thinking. You'd want a reaction next week. So lots of positives. Can't always look at outcomes, although the outcomes are obviously important. You don't get enough points, you don't stay in the league, etc. It becomes difficult, or you don't see progress, you don't see momentum. But I think there certainly has been progress since I've been here, and that isn't just obviously about me. That's about everyone involved, from all the staff, all the volunteers, the chairman, etc. Include Peds in that as well. He's been brilliant since I've been here in terms of supporting me and trying to help me. And I know that we keep continuing to try and push the club forward and get it back where it belongs. And that's twofold really. One, that is getting out this league and having the momentum and having the start point to be able to do that, but also looking at trying to become sustainable in the next league, and that's the goal. That's the goal. And if I didn't think it was achievable, I wouldn't be here. So go again next week. Boys in training twice a week, and look ahead to AFC Mansfield on Saturday, and hopefully I can be sitting here in a week's time saying another positive result.